checking this out, this is the extended version of the quarterback early off-season activities. So the 3 exercises you saw in there was the Y raise, the split stance isometric pull-off press, and the plate press. So with these 3 exercises, the Y raises are really good for your shoulder stabilization and back stabilization. So being able to lift up and through and really get those shoulders to be locked out at a straight position is really going to work, and start bringing your shoulders back in case they've started to round forward through the season, not really lifting and training the back and the shoulders. So we're going to start making those shoulders stronger by getting them out here, forcing them up into a top end position, and now you can work on getting those shoulders to be strong and stable. That will protect them, but also start to build up the muscles around the shoulder for you to be able to throw a lot and start building into those off-season activities, so you don't just start throwing right away and now we get an injury because it's overuse and our muscles aren't strong enough for that. The split stance isometric pull-off press I really like because it's going to force you, when you're in that split stance and you're holding out and trying to balance, it's going to be pulling on that core and trying to pull you back away. And for quarterbacks, obviously we use a lot of our hips, a lot of our core rotation to generate power, but we have to make sure that that's strong. And I don't love to just have athletes jump into the off season and start twisting and moving, because if we're in bad patterns, that's where we start to get injuries, or even around the hips or the core, and we won't generate that power. So same thing, early off season, we're stabilizing, going to get them to hold anywhere from, I would say, 5 to 15 seconds, depending on how advanced the athlete is. It's going to be very easy, it's going to work them, it's going to be tough. And if they're a more advanced athlete, you can always just go with a thicker band. All right, so we can start a thinner band, or you can continue to work up to a thicker band. But right off the bat, we're just holding. It's really going to force them to squeeze in the core. And then the plate press for quarterbacks, I'm not a huge fan of bench press. I just think it puts a lot, we can build up their chest, but it's just going to put a lot of pressure on that shoulder. With the plate press on the ground, we can only come down until our elbows and our triceps are touching the ground. So when we do that, we're allowing them to work the chest, we're allowing them to work the triceps, but they're not getting full depth all the way down to the chest, so we don't have as much of a risk of injuries or impingements on the shoulder. So we can still work the chest, that's important for them in throwing, but we don't have to force them to go all the way down, and we have to get them into, or use a block for them in terms of bench press. So just a way to get their chest and triceps built up without putting any possible injury to the shoulder early in the off season. So thanks guys for checking it out. We'll have more videos soon.